Hello, today is the 13th of September 2025. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls and then make our predictions. It's the weekend, which is when we frequently look at the long-term picture. Let's do that too. It's my trading plan for Monday. I'm not going to be around early Monday, but hope to make some trades. It's just a plan right now. I can change it, I can be wrong, and all trades should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this. Tends to be a day with an early low and a late high, which is this. Tends to be a rally day, which this isn't. When it isn't a rally day, it should lead to more weakness. Now, time doesn't run out until early Monday, so if we open up here, all this negativity goes away. But for right now, it's a negative pattern. Not only did the normally bullish day turn out to be negative, but after we hit a new all-time high, we not only closed in the red, this is the close, we closed under all these prior highs, and that's a rejection of the move to a new high, so long as it's maintained on Monday. We had looked for a gap lower at the opening. We gapped down maybe 2 points. That's not really wrong, but it's not the kind of move I was expecting. We looked for a drop Monday. Instead, we closed basically unchanged, 0.05%. My rule is when you close unchanged, I just repeat my previous prediction, which is that this is an area which is a strong, very strong candidate for a top. These are the patterns I look for next week. We said that any move over the trend line shouldn't stick. Here's the trend line. Trend line held, never broke. So we are stopping at resistance. During the day, MEJT gave an ultimate sell signal, but also had higher targets. MEJT sets targets rather than entries, and it's not rare for it to set both higher and lower targets. The lower target, the lower price down here was called false, set price that would retrace. The higher target hit was called false, set price that would retrace. This drop here satisfied the minimum for the ultimate sell, but that was called false, that retraced. Normally you get more than the minimum. We already did that, and there's support when targets are hit. Buy signal in the afternoon already satisfied the target. So this is all played out. We're still over the upper Bollinger Band when we hit our highs. That's not a place we tend to stay very long. The long-term count says we've completed a big ABC. This is called the low to within 3 decimal places. I haven't modified this count in nearly 2 years. I think it's the right count. Don't forget this is a 3-wave structure and not a 5. After this completed, we have wave 1, and we're trying to figure out how to count wave 2. There's not just one count. This is 1. This is the other. And there may be some other counts too. The key thing is here, I can't count this as a 5-wave structure. And if it's a 3-wave structure, regardless, it's probably a B wave of some degree, and at some point you have to have a C wave with some kind of relationship to wave A, whether A is here or here. You need some kind of a C before going up. We're not in the 5-wave structure higher. We went over the old high by 7 points. That's 1/10 of 1%. I don't think it changes the count I showed in the last video. We still have a count compatible with this being a top. We have a trend line compatible with this being a top. We have a rejection of the highs. We have a drop late on a Friday, it's not retail customers who are going to reverse a trend on a Friday, especially late on a Friday. And if it isn't the retail customers, the public, the individual traders, must be the pros who are taking us down. And usually, when they reverse a trend this late on a Friday, it's the real thing and we move down here. So we should drop on Monday. Now again, this time hasn't run out. We open up here, forget what I said. But this is a very negative pattern. It's a rejection of the highs, right at resistance. If we don't drop from here, then something else is going on, which is always possible. Here are the patterns for next week. Monday's pattern has the early high, doesn't tell us where we open. Friday's normally bullish pattern wasn't bullish at all. We hit a new all-time high, closed in the red and under multiple prior highs. You can reverse it by gapping and promptly overtaking Friday's high. We won't know that till Monday, but for right now it's a negative pattern. We should trade lower Monday. My wave count says we should have a counter trend decline in the bull market at some point. This area is a strong candidate for that to decline to begin. I'm not looking for a disaster here, and if it drops long enough, I'm going to go heavy on the long side. And if my call's wrong, don't stick around waiting for it to pay out, to pan out, because it's still calling for a counter trend trade. But this is a good candidate for a top, a correction of tradable degree on the downside, after which the bull should continue. It's the pattern with the early high, and that's today's call.